For today's activity, you're going to need 2 sheets of white paper, something to color the paper with, either color pencils or crayons, a pair of scissors, and then a black marker. First, you're going to take your 2 papers and line them up, and then you're going to start folding them in half lengthwise. So you're going to take your paper, the long side, and fold it to the other side. Make sure that your edges, your corners are matched up, and then you can start pinching it and folding it. And then you're going to fold it one more time. So you're bringing it over and then matching the edges up and pinching it and putting in your fold crease. If it doesn't seem right, just match it up one more time. Take it back to the corner and re-pinch and make a new crease. Okay, so after you're done, you should be able to unfold it and see that your 2 sheets of paper have 4 sections. And I have mine lined up, so I will now have 8 sections with both sheets of paper. Now you're going to take your scissors and cut down each section. So you should come out with 8 strips of paper when you're done cutting. So when you're done, you will have 8 long strips of your white paper. We are going to only use 6, but hey, if you make a mistake, it's better to have extra. For your first strip, you're going to take it and use your black marker and then write 1 hole. W-H-O-L-E, not H-O-L-E. So 1 whole part. Okay, so we are going to be making all of our strips the same color for continuity in our learning, because you'll be using these in 4th grade as well. So for 1 hole, we color 1 hole red. So you're going to get out your red crayon or your red color pencil, and then just shade in your fraction strip for 1 hole. Okay, after you're done with this one, you will take another strip. So I'll just put this to the side for now. For the next one, we can actually take 3 of the strips and fold them together. So we're going to take 1, 2, 3 strips, line them up, and then we're going to take them and fold them in half. So you're taking one edge and meeting the other edge, and then you're going to pinch and press down to make a crease. We're going to take one of these now, and this is going to be our 1/2 fraction strip. So you're going to draw a black line in the center where you made your crease, and then on each side you're going to write 1/2. And you're going to be writing it as a fraction, so you don't write the word H-A-L-F, you're just going to write 1/2. And when we read that, we read it as 1/2 because it is a half of 1 whole. So now we have 2 halves, and if we put them together, we have 1 whole. For this one, we're going to color the half orange. So take out your orange crayon or your orange colored pencil and then shade it in. Okay, so now we have 1 whole and we have 2 halves. We're going to put these aside and take our 2 strips that we folded before into halves, and we're going to fold them again. So fold it back into half, and then you're going to fold it one more time. So you're going to take this edge and meet this edge, and then crease it. Now we can see that our papers are folded into 4 sections or 4 equal parts. So the next fraction strip that we're making is fourths. So we're going to take one of these and put the other one aside, and then we'll take our black marker and we're going to draw a line for each section. And then we need to label it as 1/4. Again, we're not going to use the word, we're just going to write it as a fraction. So since it's 1/4, we write it as 1/4. And that is because each one represents 1 out of 4 equal parts. For the fourths, we're going to color this green. So find a green colored pencil or a green marker, or sorry, not a marker, a crayon, and shade it in. I didn't have one in my pack, so I'm going to use this very small colored pencil. So now we have 3 of our fraction strips done. We have 1 whole, 2 halves, 4 fourths. Next, we're going to do, what do you think? If we're going 2, doubling it to 4, then we double 4 to 8. 8. So we're going to do 8. So we're going to put these ones aside and get the paper that we had already folded into 4 parts. We're going to fold it again into 4 parts. So fold it over and again, and then we're going to fold it one more time. Pinch it. And now when we open it, we will have 8 equal parts. So since we have 8 equal parts, we're going to be marking it with 8s. So take your marker, draw your lines, and then for each one, you're going to write 1/8. And when you write a fraction, you can write it sideways like this, or you can write it with a straight line underneath the 1, completely vertical. So it's your choice, both of them work. And for this one, we're going to be coloring it purple. So find your purple colored pencil, your purple crayon, and shade it in. We're going to be making 2 more. We're not going to be doubling 8 now into 16ths. We're actually going to switch over from factors of 2 to factors of 3. So we're going to put these ones aside, and we're going to take 2 of our strips that we haven't folded yet. So here's 2 of the strips that we cut before. This one's going to be a little tricky because we can't fold it in half. We need to fold it into 3 parts. So what you're going to do is fold one side in, don't crease it yet, and then fold the other side in. And then you're going to look at it from above to see if it looks pretty equal. If it doesn't, then you can move it around a little bit, roll it a little bit in your hands until the parts look fairly equal. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then once it looks good, you can go ahead and start creasing those edges. And then when you unfold it, you should have approximately equal parts, 3 equal parts. So now we're going to label these as 1/3, and we will be coloring this with the color yellow. So find your yellow pencil, get your marker, and you're going to be labeling them 1/3 or 1/3. Now we're going to take our final strip of paper, we're going to fold it back up, and then you're going to take it and take this side to match this one, because we are simply doubling the parts from 3 to 6. So we'll have 6 for this one. So now we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal parts for us to label, and we will color these ones blue. Okay, and when you're done, we can see all of our fraction strips together. 1 whole, 2 halves, 3 thirds, 4 fourths, 6 sixths, let's move that up a little bit, and finally 8 eighths. So now you can show me your fraction strips on Flipgrid, and maybe you can create 2 new fractions using your extra 2 strips. What other 2 fractions could you make to fit into this fraction chart? What else could you do? You go ahead and show me on Flipgrid. One final step that I forgot to mention before is that you also need a paper clip or a binder clip, so that way at the end of this you can clip your fraction strips all together, so that way you don't lose them, because we're going to be using them throughout our fractions unit.